Hi, everybody. My name is Rafa Lombardino, and this is Translation Confessional. Before we continue, let me tell you a bit about Squarespace. I've been using it for both my corporate and my professional websites, and it's made a world of difference for my business. First of all, it saves me a lot of time because their web designing platform is so easy to use. I don't have to figure things out. I just add different elements to a page, check if it looks pretty, and publish it. I can move things around quickly and adjust my homepage as needed, so I can let you know about my upcoming classes, webinars, and speaking events. I've added different sections to the menu too as my content has started to grow, and everything is organized perfectly. Besides, Squarespace allows me to see what each page will look like in different formats, whether people are visiting my website on a computer, tablet, or smartphone. That way, I can make sure nothing looks clunky and everyone can get the information they need in a visually pleasant way. I can also check out some behind-the-scenes information to confirm that my outreach efforts are working. I can see where the traffic to my website is coming from, what keywords visitors used on Google searches to get to my content, and where in the world my audience is located, which is perfect when I want to explore some opportunities with translation clients in different markets. If you don't have a professional website yet, or if your current setup has let you down, I know for a fact that Squarespace is exactly what you need to recreate your business image and your brand so clients can find you. To give Squarespace a try and get 10% off your hosting plan, go to this webpage, bit.ly/T3-Squarespace. That way, they'll know that you've heard about them here at Translation Confessional. Once again, the webpage is bit.ly/T3-SQUARESPACE. Hope you like it. Beware of translation gurus. Have you noticed this new trend? The proliferation of online gurus. It actually predates the COVID-19 pandemic, but it seems to be even more prevalent now when some people are forced to reinvent themselves professionally and economically. Gurus come in all shapes and sizes, and it was just a matter of time until they showed up in the translation and interpretation field. So I've been cooking up this episode dedicated to the subject since early 2021, and lo and behold, the last few months have provided me with a lot of, let's say, inspiration. All I can say is that there are some truly shameless people out there. But let me take a step back and get into what characterizes a guru. Traditionally, the word was associated with religious figures who had deep knowledge and could lead people, their followers, to a state of enlightenment. When applied to a more general context, especially in the age of social media, gurus have become self-declared experts who try to create a following based on the idea that they have a lot to share about a particular skill or field. To me, personally, it's all starting to sound more like a cult. One easy way to spot a translation or interpretation guru is when they start talking about money. They assure you that you can make X as a translator or interpreter. They boast about their own income and promise you that you can make as much money too if you just follow their recipe. However, for you to make as much money as they claim to be making, you must subscribe to some kind of service or pay a monthly membership to have access to this secret recipe that will for sure get you where you want to be. They usually advertise a free event where they'll tell you all about a very enticing subject so you can be as successful as they are. And once you're in, they'll dedicate an entire section of said event to how they're so nice, and they'll give you a discount on their membership website where they have all the information you need. Oh, and it's valued at $750, but I'll let you in for only $175 a month so you can have access to all the secrets to become a superstar. Really? Another tactic that they use is to have flashy content that will pull you in with enticing ideas about how easy it is to be a translator or interpreter. For a modest, or maybe not so modest fee, they'll show you several shortcuts and how you can make easy money quickly. And you, as an unsuspecting beginner, end up taking their word at face value, thinking they're really experts and they know what they're saying. Little do you know that these tips these people are sharing are completely unethical and can get you in trouble, such as just using machine translation and replacing a few words here and there just to fool unsuspecting clients who have no idea that you just uploaded their confidential content to a third-party system. While you're paying them for access to their premium content, you're actually helping them make money off of you, not off their supposedly amazing translation interpretation skills. Oh, but the guru I follow is so charismatic, so captivating. They have so much information about the industry. They sound so knowledgeable. There's no way they could be deceiving anyone with their smooth talk, right? Wrong. I've actually been contacted by someone who paid a monthly membership to a guru for quite some time and ended up deeply depressed, thinking that they were doing something wrong because things weren't working out for them as a translator. We talked for about an hour, and I tried to help this peer create a business plan by diversifying their services, looking into a niche market, sprucing up their resume, writing a cover letter template, and establishing a client prospecting routine so as not to become complacent with the client portfolio they currently have, because we never know when a client will cease to have a demand for our services. And that's my biggest beef with these translation gurus. They prey on your imposter syndrome. I've already talked about it a couple of times here at Translation Confessional. Season 1, Episode 3 was actually called Imposter Syndrome. And I revisited the subject from another perspective in Season 1, Episode 28, Have You Ever Felt Like a Fraud? Translation gurus make so many promises, and they can hardly ever deliver on them because there's no fail-safe recipe for being a freelancer or a small business owner. It's a journey that you have to go through yourself. You can certainly find support in the community, learn from other people's mistakes, and find practical answers to problems that are common to many in this field. But nobody can predict for sure where their own freelancing career will take them, let alone how much money they'll be making by the end of the month. Being a translator or interpreter comes with many ups and downs, and you must learn how to navigate them according to your unique path. You must have a strategy, a vision. You must organize yourself. You must seek continuous improvement opportunities with reputable organizations. You must network with potential clients and colleagues and continuously look for projects that fit your skills so that you can establish a sustainable operation. That is, work for as many hours as you wish to work for and be paid accordingly for your highly specialized services. Even after 24 years in this field, I cannot tell you exactly what you must do in order to get where you want to be, because everything is so subjective and personal if you want to be a translator or interpreter. What worked for me may not work for you, because the demand for our language combinations is different. Really, there are too many variables involved in the process, and there's no treasure map to get to a given destination. You will not find a yellow brick road that will get you there, to that magical place where everything is perfect and you're a successful translator or interpreter. But odds are you may find one too many people behind the curtain trying to convince you otherwise. Just like the Wizard of Oz, it's all a big show, and gurus need to keep you trapped in their world so they can have a guaranteed income by the end of the month. I'm sure you've heard that Audible is the leading library for audiobooks, right? But have you given it a try yet? There are literally hundreds of thousands of titles you can choose from, and you'll be saving tons of money if you sign up for a premium account. For $14.99 a month, you get 1 credit to download any book you want, whose price tag is usually around $20 or so. Right there, you'd be saving money and keeping up with your book addiction at the same time. They have books in different languages too. And some classics are for free, so you don't have to apply your monthly credit to it. You just download the audiobook and enjoy it. And that goes without saying that they have some exclusive content read by incredible actors. So if you close your eyes, it really feels like you're at a theater listening to a play on stage. On top of that, you can also check out the latest trending podcasts. And yes, you can listen to Translation Confessional on Audible too. If you're not yet sure whether Audible is right for you, I dare you to give it a try. Get a 30-day trial and enjoy your first book for free. But I bet you get hooked on it and add audiobooks to your routine. Make sure you use the link in this episode's description so they'll know Translation Confessional sent you their way. Then come back to me and let me know what books you're listening to. I hope you enjoy it. How else can you spot a guru? Well, as I mentioned, they're usually self-proclaimed experts. They may not have been working in the field for too long, and they most likely have found some obstacles along the way as far as keeping themselves busy with translation projects or interpretation assignments. So instead of doing everything I was just talking about, continuous improvement, client prospecting, service diversification, they'd rather prey on newcomers and sell themselves as know-it-alls. Come people, come to me. I have all the answers in the world, but it comes with a price. These gurus may attract a lot of followers, but it may all be fleeting because they also inspire distrust. Before you fall for their charming discourse, ask around to find out if this so-called expert's reputation is really reputable. Just as you should do a background check on potential clients to see if they're good payers, you should also do a background check on individuals and organizations when it comes to investing your money on continuous education and professional development. Does this guru have a good reputation in the field? I'm not talking about their followers because many of them may have drunk the Kool-Aid and be currently trapped in the land of Oz. What I mean is, do they belong to professional associations? Are they certified by any professional organizations? How long have they been in the field? What makes them truly knowledgeable? Have you had a chance to check out their portfolio and judge the quality of their work yourself? Now, there's one last thing that I've noticed with this trend. Of course, these gurus don't call themselves gurus, right? Otherwise, it would be too much on the nose and they'd be found out right away. They usually sell themselves as mentors. Yes, they offer mentorship programs for a price, of course. Mentorship is supposed to be a program that pairs mentors, that is, experienced professionals, and mentees who are newcomers in the field. And this kind of program is supervised by an organization, an association, some sort of entity that will demand accountability. There is effective oversight, someone supervising the process to make sure it's a valid learning experience for the mentee. And above all, it's free of charge. When gurus offer their mentorship programs to unsuspecting beginners, there's always a price tag associated with it, and it's a big no-no. So please, if you're a newcomer, beware of translation gurus or so-called mentors. Don't fall for their sales pitch. Do your homework. Double check their experiences, credentials, the reputation. Don't fall prey to them. Don't get trapped into their toxic environment of self-adulation or self-assurance. Ask for a second opinion and watch out for membership plans that are only meant to trap you into their program so you can help them achieve their financial goals while you may be further and further away from yours. Send me an email at rlombardino@wordawareness.com or leave a voice message on my Anchor page. If I get enough feedback and voice messages, I can go back to the subject and post a special podcast episode with everyone's opinion on this very same theme. By the way, my Anchor page is anchor.fm/translation-confessional. I look forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned for weekly episodes and subscribe to Translation Confessional through your favorite podcast app.